Okay, cool, thanks. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And to remain standing as we always do, and remember our men and women in the armed forces, those that are with us, those who are no longer with us since our last meeting. If we could also remember Benny Gonzalez, who passed away since our last meeting. He lived here in Highland Falls. And also Sam Warner, who passed away the other day over the weekend. Sam was a very, very dedicated village employee with the highway department. He was missed when he left, and he'll be missed now that he's gone. Thank you. First on the agenda is to approve minutes that were taken at our February 4th meeting.
I make a motion to approve said minutes, if there's no objections.
Second.
Motion by trustee DeSalvo, second by trustee McCormick. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Comments on agenda items? Next on the agenda is the resignation of a full-time police officer, Jason Kaiser, effective February 12, 2013. Dear Mayor D'Onofrio, please accept this letter as my resignation from the Village of Highland Falls Police Department effective 23:59 hours on February 11, 2013. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve the people of Highland Falls. Sincerely, Police Officer Jason Kaiser.
There's an explanation why you have to.
Could I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Motion by trustee
I'll second
McCormick,
the
second by trustee DeSalvo. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion. Next, we have the resignation to the Village of Highland Falls. Due to my health, I find it necessary to notify you of my resignation as of today. Stella Root. Stella was had retired once from the village, and then periodically, if she was needed downstairs, she would come in and help. So she's another one that'll be missed.
Accepted with regret.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by trustee McCormick, seconded by trustee DeSalvo to accept Stella Root's resignation with regret. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next, we have the event form here from the Westboro Baptist Church religious demonstration. They have submitted this paperwork. And I know Chief Scott's been working on this and communicating with them, and they apparently, if I'm correct, want to come here and demonstrate at General Schwarzkopf's funeral. They're not allowed on West Point, so it would be probably outside the gate, in the Thayer Gate McDonald's area.
That's for information only, I assume, right?
Yes. Next, we have the another event, an Irish parade on March 2 from Sacred Heart Church to Memorial Park.
Insurance?
Insurance is with the village, since the village is sponsoring it. It will take place 11:30, again at Sacred Heart, and parade down to Memorial Park for a very brief ceremony there, raise the Irish flag. Do I have a motion to allow this?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Brown, is there a second?
Second.
Second by trustee McCormick. May I have roll call?
Roll call, trustee McCormick.
Aye.
Trustee DeSalvo.
Aye.
Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Flynn.
Nay, due to insurance.
Mayor D'Onofrio.
Before I vote, what do you mean due to insurance?
You don't have special event insurance, which our lawyer and our insurance carrier recommend.
No, that is totally inaccurate.
That's not an
That is totally inaccurate. The
It's
village
not.
does have insurance.
Special event insurance, Joe.
The village totally has insurance for this event and anything else that comes here, otherwise it wouldn't be bought here. I don't know if, Gina, if you can fill us in on that, or we can do it at the next meeting with all the information.
I did contact with Ellen, who's our account representative at CLG, and she has said that there is no exclusion for such an event,
And we do that every time. Thank you.
any such event like that.
When you say no exclusion, so if something happens at this event,
It's
our insurance won't go up. We're not worried about it.
Oh,
So that's what
okay.
special event insurance is supposed to do. That's what our lawyer and our insurance carrier specifically said. And I know Jimmy pointed out at the bottom of the one memo that the insurance carrier or lawyer said, unless the board votes for the event, which means they're overturning his recommendation. Special event insurance is used as a buffer so that if there is an incident, our insurance doesn't go up.
I will bring to, so everyone knows, I will bring to the next meeting, it's downstairs, I will bring to the next meeting what our, the village attorney has said, and we've had many discussions on this. This is allowed, just like all the other past events, and I will bring it to the next village board meeting for discussion. Well, I'll bring it up as a point, and if you want to discuss it further, we can. Okay. My vote is aye, motion carried. Next, we have requests for the water operators coverage for the town of Highlands. I received this letter from Tony Scicciarini, and he will be out of the office for several weeks. Due to medical reasons commencing the 14th of February 2013, as the town and village maintain a very good working relationship, I would at this time request your permission to inform the Orange County Department of Health that water plant operator Kevin Hurst will be the operator in charge of Fort Montgomery Water District in my absence. Now, letting the village attorney look at this request, it is his recommendation that such an agreement should be conditioned upon the town's written agreement to not make any claims against the village and to defend and indemnify the village against any claims that might arise while Mr. Hurst is the operator in charge. And that's probably the thing we should do.
Sure, so moved.
So, so Joe, can the motion be
With the
upon?
conditions, with the conditions.
Yep, okay, so we allow this to happen upon receiving a written document holding us harmless.
Right.
Gina, is there anything else you want to add to that?
And the village is additional insured.
And the village is additional insured.
Fine.
And I'll have the clerk communicate that with the town.
I'll second Mr. McCormick's motion.
Okay, seconded by trustee DeSalvo. I think this is a good thing, so I'm glad we're doing it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I would just ask Ben to see if we're not covered by the intermunicipal agreement, which we already have. You know, that we pass every year.
Jim, I think that's for equipment.
I thought it was for personnel as well.
Well, and the guys, but this is a guy in charge,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, no, I'm just,
A little
maybe,
bit more wouldn't hurt.
Approve the, next on the agenda is to approve the technology and internet policy revisions as negotiated with the PBA. You have that before you.
I would accept Attorney Gailey's recommendations.
and speaking with Gina, we also should also add that to the other,
No, that's what I said, his
yeah,
recommendations
for
are
the
right
whole,
there.
yeah,
Everybody's employed by the village is under the same.
right. And have them have the same verbiage.
Right.
So, motion by trustee McCormick, is there a second? Seconded by trustee Brown. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Opposed? We'll talk to the attorney tomorrow, Gina. Request for training, the village clerk staff for civil service administration training on April 9 in Goshen. at 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. No cost for training, request for mileage reimbursement.
Joe, can I ask, I talked with Ken Scott, and he is also interested, and we wouldn't have mileage reimbursement if he takes it,
Okay.
so he can be approved as well.
Okay, so it would be for who to go, Gina?
Myself and the girls, and Ken.
Margaret and Anna. So it's for you, Margaret Lewis, and Anna Sierra, and Chief Scott.
Yes.
So now there's no cost.
I'm assuming,
Unless something happens and he can't, and then, you know, we have to drive.
I'm
it,
assuming
it'll be
April
mileage,
9th,
but if
April
Ken-
9th is an off day?
It will be for that training time,
Okay,
but we'll have the office covered, don't
okay.
Motion?
So moved.
Motion by trustee DeSalvo, is there a second?
Second.
Second by trustee McCormick, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I have bills and claims for fiscal year 2012, 2013 for $76,076.68.
Make a motion to pay the bills and claims.
Motion by trustee Brown, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by trustee DeSalvo. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Public comment.
Jessica Trottis. On numerous occasions, the board has expressed that the bond rating of the village is AAA. And upon doing some research through Moody's Analytical Services, the bond rating is in fact A1. I was wondering if the board is willing to recant or retract previous statements about AAA.
Quite frankly, I never remember hearing anybody say anything about AAA. If we're A1, we're A1.
Well, there's a
There's
scale.
There's a cost for that, I
There's a
understand.
scale. AAA is capital AAA, and then it goes capital AA, and then it goes to A.
Like the federal
And we
government.
are
Like the federal
A1.
government is.
And then there's numericals, 1, 2, and 3. I believe Mayor D'Onofrio at the last meeting said that the village bond rating was AAA.
I will answer under my comments.
Okay, all right, very good. So I just want to put that on the record that the village's bond rating is not AAA, but in fact A1. And I did a little bit more research and I found out that AAA rating is very, very difficult to get. The county of Orange has a AAA rating as well as the village of Scarsdale. So I just want to bring that to everybody's attention.
They got multi-million dollars in reserve in the county.
I'm sorry?
They have multi-million-dollar in reserve in Orange County and probably in Scarsdale too.
That's why.
That's
But
why
but
the
there are smaller municipalities that have a better than A1 rating.
Well, I would think that there's smaller municipalities that probably have a little growth in it, have some growth in it, but we don't. And it's all on the burden of the local taxpayer to pay for that. And infrastructure, as I keep fighting for every day, is totally in need of, not totally, but we're in need of repair and maintenance. And where do we get it from, Gus? I can't come to you.
Well, you are coming to me.
I understand that, Gus, but I can't come for the $1 million, $2 million.
There's a lot of criteria in regards to rating bonds, and I would strongly suggest that the board state the facts as they are, that the village is not AAA, but in fact just A1. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much, Gus.
Anything else? Okay. Board comments. In answer to Mr. Kutsara's comments just now, I will try to have more information next week. In fact, there is something downstairs. I had seen something where A1 was next to last rating that one could be. Nothing could be further from the truth. After you get done with all the A's and the A1, A2, A3s, then it goes to B's, and it goes to BB, and it goes to actually BBB. And so, while some may want to portray the village as in financial trouble, it is not. Moody's as being one of several rating companies does rate the village as A1. But where the AAA comes in is is when you go to the bank to borrow the money, to borrow the $500,000, to borrow the $1 million, to borrow $100,000, when you want to bond something, when the village votes to bond something, to repair something. You actually hire a company. We hired a company out of Long Island. Gina, do you know their name? Because I didn't write it down this morning. I know Noah is the guy that deals with us.
Well, that's
Unistat. And they, reports are from them that we have an excellent rating. Our bonds, when we go to bond, we have an excellent rating. And this is what counts. When you go to borrow the money, the bank looks at your audit reports. They look at your condition, your financial condition. They look at population. They look at tax rates. They look at a host of things. And then they assign a rating. We have been assigned a AAA rating. And what's important about them rating us AAA, that is where the interest is designed. If you had an A rating, you would pay a higher interest rate. Being we have a AAA, and I got off the phone this morning about this, just to verify everything that I had already said, we are a AAA. So our last several bondings that we did have had a very, very good interest rate. Mr. McCormick, you know that. Jimmy, you know that. And so I'm very proud that we do get this AAA rating. Okay, I'm not a financial guy, but we can have somebody here to explain it if you all want to, and this is what they'll say. So that's what I'll tell you tonight, and maybe I'll have more information at the next meeting if there's more required, and we'll take it from there. I want to thank Billy Stropel, who's usually here. Billy took his own time today and went down to the sewer plant and gave classes. For how long, John?
He was there from 9 to almost 2. 9 to
2. We had the water plant personnel, the sewer plant personnel down there. He's going to do the highway department, am I right, Pat?
Yes.
Soon, and it was training on the AED machine, which is someone having a heart attack, all CPR training. You'll all have a card now. That is very, very good. And so we appreciate his, obviously dedicated, but we appreciate his time, and we're glad that you guys had the training. As I reported, I think at the last meeting, or meeting 1 or 2 ago, I did submit some requests to West Point, and they continue to look at them, which is the worst workforce. I want a certain number of folks from this community hired for these large jobs that West Point is doing, maybe the cadet barracks and everything else that's yet to come. An X amount of workforce has to come from this community. The bus service coming down Main Street from 11:30 to 1:30 is still being talked about. It's in the JAG office right now to see if it can happen. I'm getting a very good response about emergency water if this village ever needs it from West Point. And then they're also looking at lands to allow us, the people that live here in the town of Highlands, to hike and fish, etc., and enjoy the recreation of all this land that West Point has. So I'm very, very hopeful. Do you want to do this, Mr. Brown? Okay. This is the January, last month's report from the sewer department, wastewater treatment plant department, and it always continues to be, which is probably the most important thing. Everything that you do on here results in number 2. The facility meets all New York State DEC permits. You continue to get that grade every single month. And that's a credit to you, the folks that work for you, of all the effort that you put down there. So thank you. Do we have any information coming on the grid?
Oh, yeah, well.
Have something?
Yeah, you'll have that for the next meeting.
Okay. And that's that'll be something that, again, we're going to save the taxpayers quite a bit of money. snowstorm that we had a couple weeks ago, the coordination channels, the preparation channels, the preparation that we did with all the departments. I had this meeting down at the Highland Falls Firehouse. All went very, very well. Very, very well. So we were ready. We ended up getting the foot. We lucked out, we didn't get the winds. But we were ready for whatever was going to come our way that night. So I want to thank the Highland Falls Fire Department and all the ambulance corps, of course, and all the department heads. We should be receiving another $62,753.31 from the county. That's over and above what we received from sales tax. This is an additional money that they found in the sales tax revenue, and we're all entitled to a share. Our additional share will be $62,753.31. On Thursday, March 7th, I will be hosting a meeting downstairs with West Point and the town supervisor. We, over the years, have had many complaints with Time Warner. Time Warner needs a competitor in this community. And so I have a meeting set up with Verizon to bring Fios into this community. They're very excited about the meeting. West Point's very excited about the meeting. It's probably, as I was told, the #1 complaint they get up there at West Point is the service from Time Warner. So that meeting will take place on the 7th of March, and I will report back after that meeting as to the progress of bringing Fios into this community.
Is that open to the public?
No. Let's see. Okay, Pat?
Very lengthy building report. We have the report for the entire year for the village and town. I'm not going to read it out, very thick. But if you would like to know the information, you're more than welcome to visit John Hager down at the building.
Maybe we could put this on the, can we put this on the website, building department?
Can you zoom in on this look, because it's beautiful? Sorry, I apologize.
I
We,
have to see.
Okay.
Excuse me. We need to have the heating system looked at. I've talked to Gina. We need to give her the go-ahead to go out and get quotes. So if we can have a agreement through the board, that she can go out and get quotes. Is there anyone with a problem with that? No? Yes?
Can always get a quote that don't cost anything.
Well, I'm asking if it's okay to go out and get quotes.
Of course.
Of course it is.
Good, thank you. Okay. She would like a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All those in, Joe?
Excuse me. I have a motion by trustee McCormick and second by trustee Brown to get quotes for the heating system here in the village hall. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. I went to some fantastic training the last 2 days down in the city. Some excellent classes on grants, infrastructure. I went to several management classes. It was great training, made a lot of excellent contacts. Made a lot of contacts here in Orange County that were at this. They had a couple different rooms down there dedicated to Orange County. Mayor, supervisors, council people, county and state. It was fantastic. Judge Fatsis also went. He went for the separate judges training. And what I'm going to do is I'm waiting on 2 or 3 other emails from presenters, and then I will make a report to the board. But it was fantastic. Also, I just want to point out when they do get up for comment, I just want to double say to the people, no one said anyone was in trouble with the AAA and A rating. They were just pointing out that they need to know the difference. And it is important, as it was stated, because it does affect our rates that we get. So I appreciate, and it's due diligence on our taxpayers, and I appreciate everybody going out and doing their part to make sure that, you know, we're on point. And I would just like to also thank the West Point Women's Club for hosting Viva Las Vegas this past week. The reason why I bring it up, they had a record turnout They did have more people from the town involved this year. And the reason I bring it up is because every year, the West Point Women's Club donates thousands of dollars in grants back to organizations in the town, whether it be the high school, the middle school, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. Last year, they were close to over $10,000, I believe, to different organizations in the town. So I'd just like to thank them once again for holding a great event. That's it.
Hey, guys.
Sir?
Okay, I would like to go through some pictures here. I have approached West Point for additional land to come back to this village. We all know that, and it was stated in a different way, but, you know, we need land to grow. We have no land to grow. That would help our tax base. That would help us be able to finance these jobs that we have to do in a lot better light. We all know that we can't survive the way we are, and we all know that we need more land. So I'm going to go through this briefly and show you the parcels that I have asked for. All right, the first one is, and you, let's see which ones you have. Go to this one here, please.
Is this on the agenda?
Okay.
And this is your surprise for me.
Excuse me, this is board comment.
Is this new business of the board?
Now, this piece of property here is, you'll know when I tell you, is Eagle Valley Road, the dead end of Eagle Valley. And this goes up, east, towards the water tanks. Most people probably would think that we always have owned that property. It's not ours. It belongs to the federal government. Okay, so you can see here it's 9.2 acres. Just these are suggestions that I'm going to do with each chart. The village and town municipal facilities could be put here. Additional water storage tanks could be put here. And a possible, and Mr. McCormick and I spoke briefly about this, a possible electrical a substation from Orange and Rockland could go here. Okay? Excuse me. I'm trying to give a presentation. Okay, any questions on this one, just briefly?
How long have you been working on this one?
On this land?
Yeah.
2 or 3 months.
2 or 3 months?
Probably 3
And
months.
this is the first time you're bringing this up?
Because the request just went to West Point. I'm not going to bring something up until they have it.
To the
That's
board, though.
respect.
That's what I'm wondering. This is the first time we're seeing each other.
Exactly. Okay, the next piece
Don't we have
is...
a board here?
The next piece is
One of my boys.
a very small piece, but a very valuable piece. And I know Ms. Bashir might like this one. It's only 0.22 acres. You know, less than an acre. And I call it a teardrop. It's down by the Highland Falls Marina. It's a piece that West Point owns, that when they bought Lady Cliff, it came with that.
That's the Lady Cliff dock.
It's the Lady Cliff dock. I actually think Abraham Lincoln landed there once when he visited us. So,
Excuse me,
no,
Just
I
one
gotta go through this
parcel
here.
that was-
So, the marina's like here.
Oh, okay, I know what that is, thank
Yeah.
you.
So, this could be a public space, cleaned up. There's a beautiful weeping willow tree on this property, cleaned up, and benches put down there. That's a suggestion. Okay. There's 5 altogether. All right, this piece here is 4.7 acres. And to give you the location, This is McDonald's. So this is on the side, the north side, and wraps around the back. This actually is very nice property right here.
May I ask, is that where the old well is?
I don't know anything about an old well.
That's where the reservoir is that used to
Now,
fill
as
the.
you have here, as it says here on the bottom, again, I'm going to continue to say these are suggestions. A village and town activity center for youths. Seniors it has here, because at one time I had almost got this back to build a senior citizen center. But then the guard changed at West Point and things changed. That was just a couple of years ago. But there's some possibilities here. Okay? It has it on the bottom here.
Who owns that property?
West Point. This is all owned by West Point.
Okay.
The next piece is actually connected to that piece. I just showed you this. This is McDonald's again. This is just north of the last piece that I showed you. So actually, it would be this and this. Okay? That piece is almost 6 acres.
Will there be public comment afterwards?
Not on this tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, so this ends up being a very, very nice piece that maybe something for the community could be developed, okay? The last piece is a piece that you all know about, which is the piece that, the 250 acres, sometimes it changes, sometimes it's 260, but I always like to say 250. This is O'Neill High School. And so this here is being worked on right now. Now, this was years ago, and many of you know this. This was the piece that I had originally gotten back. But through a course of the economy going up and then the economy going down, between the conveyance of title to it being leased property, everything changed over the years with this piece of property. So now, West Point, I've recommended to them a different scenario to take the Corps of Engineers, which was really the roadblock to making something happen here. The requirements that they wanted were from a developer. No developer would participate. Now I've asked them to consider taking this property and even some of these that I showed you and declaring them surplus. In other words, they don't need it. If they declare it surplus, we can put a claim in for it, transfer of title to us if it's accepted, and we can do what we would like here. So I'm very hopeful that that's actually going to happen.
Was that the 300-acre lot?
Yeah, it was never 300.
Oh.
We used to say 300,
Okay.
but it really was never 300 when the survey was finally done. But yes, yes. Okay, so and I'll be honest with you, there's other pieces of property here that I will be talking to Mr. Livesey about because they're actually on town property, not village property. So there's again additional pieces on these maps.
Along with that, Joe, years ago, the Eagle Valley Cemetery land was acquired with a quick claim deed similar to what probably this would happen. And it was acquired by the village. But the village, under the laws of the state of New York, couldn't own a cemetery, so it was turned over to the town and we built the cemetery. Because you could be born here, live for all your life, and die and go to the grave. But we solved that problem.
Well, Joe, and to your credit, you solved the problem.
Well, we solved the problem. The board solved the problem.
Yeah.
Joe,
Thank
are
you.
engineers involved in this at all?
No. Our engineer? No.
Any engineers? Are these old maps or new maps?
New.
They were just made up?
Yeah.
My only question, and I'm 100% again, so it's not misunderstood. I'm 100% into looking for new land.
Mhm.
But I would, particularly that, I don't care if it's $5 or $5,000, if expenses are gonna be made on village tax dollars, as a board member, I would like to know prior. And I'm not looking for a vote or anything, but it would be nice to know, if you were working on this 2 to 3 months as a board member, I would have liked to know that it was happening.
Well, first of all, Not one penny, I'll make this very clear, not a single penny. If I had a penny, I'd hold it up. Not a single penny of taxpayers' dollars was spent on anything that you saw tonight or anything else that is involved with this.
Who
But
paid for
you're
the maps?
circumventing the
No,
board.
shh.
There's a
No,
board
I'm
here,
not,
it's
I'm
not
not,
just
excuse
you.
me, excuse me.
And it's not on the agenda either.
Ken,
So we can't
So,
comment on it
well,
because
Joe,
it's not on the
shh,
agenda.
shh, shh, please. Joe, who paid for the maps then?
the maps, these maps here came from Luster. Luster is the consultants that we hired, you voted against, and the four of us hired.
Luster is consultants for the village.
Right.
Again, moving forward on a project like this, you don't think that we need to know as a board that's happening?
And when he comes from California, we're having a meeting about all of this and even more great stuff.
I would like to know the great stuff prior to 5 minutes before the meeting. And that goes
You
with a lot of.
will know with everything that Luster's working on when he comes here from his next trip.
As the boss of Luster, since they're working with us and for us, I would like an email on what they're working on and not have to wait.
Oh, okay. I'll send Robert Luster an email to have him send you an email.
I would like all the board members informed because I think that's important.
It's not that they're not informed. Listen, don't make this good thing out to be something bad. Is there any other comments?
I'm not making it out to be,
procedure here.
no, I'm not making it out to be bad, Joe, so don't
Okay, good.
darken
Good,
it.
because land is.
All right, no, land is great,
Thank you.
but the procedures that are going through, and it's not just the land, it's a lot of different things that just go through the motions, and the board's not informed, and you think it's a horrible thing because it's a good thing. There are a lot of good things we do, but I believe the board should be informed of what's going on. We were all elected by the village taxpayers, all 5 of us, equally.
Just a question. I mean, it was just a micro presentation. I mean, it's not like
It's gonna be a big
we're not voting on,
That's
we're
what
not
doesn't
voting
matter,
on
Jim.
anything tonight. Yes, it does. It totally matters. If he's given a presentation, if any board member gave a presentation on any matter in the village or anything that they're working on, what are we gonna do? Go at each other's throat because someone's giving a presentation to the board?
We're not going at each other's throats. I'm
Well, you're
saying we're not
questioning whether any
informed.
money was spent.
We're not informed.
Can I speak? I didn't interrupt you when you spoke. I mean, you're questioning whether or not money was spent. Now we're questioning whether or not, you know, a company that we hired and we voted on is working in our favor to try to negotiate certain amenities or any type of good service from West Point. And that's like what we all want. That's what we've all said. And it's like an issue when we're bringing the presentation. We're getting it presented to the board.
Are you done?
Now you can inquire and ask and call and all you want with questions about what's going on.
And that shouldn't be the way. First of all, you
Shouldn't be
twisted
the
it
way.
just again, Jim.
I did not twist
Yes, you
anything.
did. I didn't say anything bad about Luster.
I didn't say you did either.
You did.
I did not.
All I said was I'd like to be informed. And the problem is that it shouldn't be at the table. We should have information that we can look at prior to, so we can give it the proper
There's
attention.
no decision being made right now.
I'm not asking you,
I gave
that
the
has nothing to
board,
do with it.
excuse me, I gave the board a presentation tonight. I gave the board exactly what you're asking for. Now, I'm gonna move on. I thank the audience here, I thank the audience at home. This is good stuff, and if we can achieve half of it, we did good. I hope to achieve all of it. And there's a lot more that's going to be announced over the next several weeks as far as what Luster is doing for us. And I want to make it clear when we talk about consultants, because when you say consultants, you think money. I know I do. Luster is working for us for $12 a year. That was at this table when we made that decision, so everyone knows, okay?
Never do anything wrong here.
Thank you, Kevin. Joe?
Well, the budget workshop was delayed, and I didn't get any answer on why it was delayed, and I'd like to ask that the budget workshop information be given to us at least this week, so when we start next week, we're not just looking at raw material.
For what we're doing Wednesday, Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, we're condensing as it is, I'm not too sure that we can do it in 2 days, 3 days.
Oh, no, Joe, we're having a meeting next Wednesday, next Thursday, and then there's some other dates.
Saturday, one day.
One Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday,
Yeah, but I mean,
and
it's
then
just-
we're gonna have to come up with at least one more, if not two more.
It's a little bit tight.
Yeah.
Also, we gotta, Ralph didn't get back to me, we're looking for some water finance information. As I mentioned last meeting, I believe we have to look at raising the water rate prior to the water bill going out in May. Because every year it seems we go to the wastewater department and borrow 50,000 or more. We have to pay it back after we collect the water rates. We gotta make the water department solvent somewhere along the way. The other thing is that Pat and I are on the police negotiating contract team, and quite honestly, we've met twice, 3 times with the PBA representative. Basically, we're talking about wages, and one of the things that we also are talking about is healthcare. We're talking about asking that healthcare, the PBA members pay a portion of their healthcare, whatever percentage that may be, but we gotta come somewhere. Eventually, we're gonna have to say, we can't hire another patrolman because we have to pay healthcare benefits for everybody, and there's only the newer ones pay, I think, 5% now, 15% now. So, and we're not asking for 15, but we're asking for a number that they seem to just wanna, you know, it's free, we don't wanna pay anything. And honestly, we have to, I don't like to bring it to the public, but we have to bring it there because it's your dollars. You have to understand that benefits go up at least 12% a year, and if it continues to go up, we won't be able to afford it. The other thing is, last meeting we discussed and approved going to partial payments on the water and wastewater bills. We need to change the code, and we'll have to hire the attorney to do that, and work with Gina to get that done. And I'd like approval to do that, and we'll have to have a vote on that. That's all I have.
You wanna do that now, Joe, or
Yes, we do it now so they can get going.
you wanna make a motion?
Approved to
We have to change the code to write in permitting partial payments in the payment schedule for water and
So it's
wastewater.
authorized, the motion is to authorize the village attorney
But we
to
haven't,
rewrite.
we haven't come up with what the schedule would be for partial payment.
There's no schedule. Everybody, you know, pay what you want, that's what I heard. But you gotta pay it within 6 months of the billing cycle.
That cover the $40,000 that are still out?
No,
I-
that would be headed into this year. Anything else? That's all I have. Anybody, first, second?
Is it okay, Joe, is it okay if we just write it out and put it on the next agenda and we vote? That way it's written out for you, or not?
The sooner the better, we gotta go now.
We need an
Motion
attorney.
Right now is just to get the attorney to
Right,
draft the
right.
changes,
Right.
then you have to have a local law, you have to go through a lot of
Okay.
public.
There's a lot of processes
Right
here.
now, we're just.
So moved.
Right.
So the motion needs to be that we ask the village attorney to amend the village water code
Ordinance, yes.
to have the following, and you and Gina, and you're gonna have to go over what A, B, and C is to be put into the new code.
Suggestions.
Okay.
We'll discuss it.
Right.
So the point is, the point of the motion is to spend a village money to have the attorney do this, which has to be done. So there's a motion by trustee McCormick, is there a second?
Yes, second.
Second by trustee Brown, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Jimmy?
Busy last few weeks in the DPW with the snowstorm that came in last week. Obviously, they were out plowing. It was pretty much all night. I had the pleasure of actually riding around for about 4 hours with one of the DPW crew members, and it seems like an easy job, but it's very tough. One major issue that was caused on Oak Avenue on the School Street side, Oak Avenue, there was a major icing problem. It looked like it was coming off of someone's property. It ended up being that there is a stream underneath and Pat, come in at any time, there is actually a stream under the street. that flows into the neighbors, those two homes over there. I guess you could say going south.
Yes.
And at one point in the stream, it was clogged up. It seemed to be an easy fix, and since then it hasn't been an issue, which is great. It wasn't something we had to tear the road open for anything. As everyone could see, the snowflakes are down. We continue to pick up Christmas trees, so if you still have any lying around or buried in the snow, the village DPW is still doing that. And finally, that double pole at the end of Walnut has been removed. And I just want to add that the street superintendent, I'm sure all our departments do, but I know firsthand from associates from Orange and Rockland that we have a very good working relationship, and especially Pat does with Orange and Rockland. And he's able to communicate, coordinate, and take care of issues, including some different tree work that needs to be removed, and also some of these poles that are cause a visible problem in some of our intersections. That's all I have.
Mr. Brown?
No.
Okay. I will take a motion, thank you everyone, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by trustee DeSalvo, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Trustee Brown, all in favor? Opposed, motion carried, thank you very much.
There's no point in commenting on the agenda because you don't know what's on the agenda.
Yeah.
Because they add things to the agenda. No, I know. But still, you know what I mean? This agenda, that wasn't on the agenda.
I will say this.
Yeah, I know. Every